a closer look at the light fixture I bought yesterday for Bill, and a little test of the kilowatt. See what's going on there. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on a Wednesday morning. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I have eaten my noodles. I've had my pills. I've taken Kylie to school. Watched a few videos. Typical morning here. And what I'm going to do now is a couple things here on the bench. One involves the Pioneer that I have sitting here. I don't think you can see it with a camera angle, but it's sitting right there upright on its end. I'm going to do some checking on that. I was going to check the power supply diode just to see what they check, how they checked, and Bob suggested maybe pulling the fuses over there on those secondaries of the transformer, and checking it again and seeing. But before we do that, we're going to do something a little different. Bob was a little bit puzzled by the fact that the kilowatt was not displaying any voltage when that light was on fully bright, and he was questioning that, and so I said, well, why don't I asked him, I said, well, how many volts does it take to make those activate? Because there's no power to them. It has to have voltage to activate them. So what we're going to do, he suggested hooking it up to the variac, and I agree. I think that's a good way of finding out. We're going to hook it up to the variac and see exactly how much voltage it takes to make that display come on. And that will give us a clue. That won't tell us for sure, because if it's under that, we wouldn't know it. But anyway, like I said, that will give us a clue as to how many volts was at the on the receiver itself. And that's one of the things I kind of wondered about was, with that big of a restriction, would that cause that bulb to just light up as bright as it is? And because there's that much power draw, it's a 3-amp fuse in there, so there's chances that this thing just drew enough power to light that bulb to full brightness and draw down the power enough to where it couldn't get any, there was nothing that could happen. I still think it's a short myself, but we're going to find out. And like I said, that's what we will do. Probably, I may try powering this up on the variac and seeing what that does. But like I say, we're going to do some experiments. I've got 5 fuses, so I can afford to blow one if I need to. So that's the best way I can put it. So let me switch this all over to the other camera, and we're going to watch the kilowatt while we turn up the voltage on the variac. And it is the let me explain how it's hooked up again. The dim bulb tester, the lead from that goes to power, is plugged into the variac. Okay, and it goes through the dim bulb, and then it comes out where the device under test plugs in, goes into the kilowatt, and then any device that would be plugged in there would actually be the device under test. So that's what I want to repeat this as close to the other way as possible. Now, with no load on it at all, that should act just like a any wire would act. It should pass full voltage. So like I said, I probably explained that really bad, but sorry. Let me get set up for that, and I'll come right back. Alright, this is for Bill, old 64 goat. He wanted to see the light I bought, and that's it. There, I'll land on the bed. Turn it over here, you can see the other side. There's the I won't say close up, but you can see down that end. There's slots in there on each end to, and there's the little hook wires or whatever they are that come with it, and the instructions. And so that's pretty much it. That's what she looks like up close and personal. Like I said, it's supposed to be 3 foot long, 3000 lumens, 4K on the temperature. So that's a look at that real quick, and I'll back to our regularly scheduled video now, and we'll see what's happening on the bench. Alright, back with you again, YouTube, here to test this kilowatt. Now there's no power at all being applied to it at the moment. I think you can see this display, and I think you can see this display down here. Not great probably on either one of them, but you will be able to maybe make it what it is. And again, this is hooked up exactly the same way. This is the power lead from the dim bulb tester plugged into the Variac, and it goes over through the dim bulb right here. You can't see up that far, but the dim bulb's up there, and goes through here and goes out here, goes into the kilowatt, or the receptacle actually the kilowatt is plugged into, and then this should make this come on when the voltage gets up to a certain level. And that's what we're here to find out. So without any further ado, let's do that. Let's energize the Variac. I think you can see our display, it's down low. And let's start taking this up and see exactly where the kilowatt comes on. We're up to 11 volts now. I'm going up slow. I like to be as precise as possible. 14. There's 20 volts. No activity at all on the kilowatt, so it doesn't come on that low. Oop, there it is. Now it's saying 30. Now, boy, there's quite a discrepancy there. Huh. 28 volts is what I'm putting in. It's saying 37 volts. Let me turn it down just a hair. See if we can get the lowest reading possible on that. Oh, see, now it's starting to fade out at 26 volts. I don't have a meter I can plug in there real easily. If I did, we could find out maybe a little bit more correctly on the voltage on that. I guess I could do this. Let's hang on a second. Let me see if I can find something in the way of a plug to stick in there so we can get a meter on it. There it is. First I'm going to try here, and because that is live voltage, even though it's low, I want to keep it, let me make sure my meter's set up right. I'll put it on 200. And this should be on AC. I'll just see exactly what it is coming out of there. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? This is actually more accurate than the kilowatt. Huh. My fluke says 26.4, and the well, it depends. It goes up and down. This is 26.2, and that's interesting. I'm going to take it up a little bit and just see how the accuracy goes. It may be because it's so low, because this is pretty faded, and if I go down much more, it's going to go away completely, I'm pretty sure. See? It's still saying 24 volts at the tap. So now it's faded completely out, but the voltage is still there. It's at 23 volts coming out of this plug, even though it really doesn't show on the kilowatt. So, okay, the voltage has to be, for that to go blank like that, it has to be that low. So that's what was present for the receiver. So that's not enough to do much of anything, I wouldn't think. So that's interesting that we did that. And it's also interesting to note the difference. Now I'm going to take this up a little bit and go and see if it evens out. Maybe see, now right now everything's pretty much synced. This says 48.6, that says 48.6, this says 48.6. You can't get much closer than that. So obviously at lower voltage the kilowatt's a little bit unreliable, I guess is what I should say. But you know, very seldom are you ever going to go down below 50 volts. You know, so I think that's fine. That's perfect. I like that a lot. All right, I'm happy with that. So we know that the kilowatt is only good to accuracy wise. Say let's take it down and see a little bit more. Okay, there's 41. It seems to be accurate there. All right, there now. Oh no, it's still. Right now it's saying 38.6, and the other one says so. Let's say under 40 volts, the kilowatt is not very accurate, and it gets worse as it goes down, obviously. So yeah, that's what it does. So under 40 volts is like I said, our limit on the kilowatt, and that's good to know. I'm glad I did this test, and that was something interesting to find out. So like I say, let me turn this down off, and that test worked out really well. I liked that test. I really think I need to put some kind of secure connection on that, because it is impossible, some plugs, to get out without pulling that out, and I don't like pulling in and out. It's going to wear out the socket. So I think that's going to be my next project. Well, one of them. Let's put a wire around here. Like I said, I'll probably use this red wire up here that I got from Dollar Store or whatever, Dollar Tree, and do that. All right, now next thing I'm gonna talk with Bob here a little bit on the text and discuss this what we just learned, and I'll come back with you a little bit later. Probably I may just go ahead and add this to the video I made about the light for Bill, and go ahead and upload it, and that way, you know, it'll be up there and you can see what we're doing. And maybe later on this evening I'll get back with the Pioneer, and we'll see if we can't just get that figured out. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.